This right here is Superman, and this is Batman, and these are the Avengers. And in this video, I am simulating all of their lives. So let's start at the very beginning. Little baby Kal-El was born on this planet called Krypton. Krypton was a lovely place for 6 billion years at least, until this baby was born, and then all of a sudden it decided to blow up. How inconvenient for his parents. But right before it blew up, his parents made the decision to send him down to Earth right before it, did its thing. So now this baby is finally out of the house at the age of 2 days old. He's just dodging asteroids and comets and whatever's coming his way, until finally he reaches a farm on Earth. Oh yeah, I forgot, we didn't build the farm yet. So over here, I'm going to start by putting down a bunch of these gray plates. And over in this corner, I'm going to add these wood floors. On top of the wood floor, we're gonna put this bed and a couple of desks on each side. That's it for our bedroom. But over next to it here, I'm gonna put down this black and white flooring. We'll just need to add a toilet here and a sink right beside of it. Our bathroom looks pretty good, so let's move out here to the kitchen. I'm gonna continue using this black and white flooring since, works for a kitchen too. We'll need a refrigerator in here and this stove. Lastly, I'm gonna build up some drawers and cabinets all around our appliances. And of course, we'll need to add this sink. That's pretty much it for the kitchen, so let's move on to the living room. First, I'm gonna bring out these wood floors from our bedroom back here. Now I'm just gonna add this couch and this mini little desk that'll hold our TV. And now that our first floor is done, let's add a staircase to our second level. But before we do that, let's add Jonathan and Martha to our house. These two are the ones that adopt the super baby as their son. So now let's build up some walls around our first level. Now I'm adding some windows so that they can see the outside world. And now that our walls are built, let's add the floor to our second level. Up here, I'm gonna add some more wood flooring. We'll add a bed for Superman. And over here, I'm going to add another bathroom floor. Except this time, we're gonna put a toilet, a sink, and a shower because we didn't put a shower downstairs. This level looks pretty complete, so let's build up some walls and put on a roof on this house. And that completes John and Martha's house. However, John and Martha are farmers, so we'll need to build them some crops. So I'm just gonna put down a bunch of these brown plates, and we'll just need to fill this area with many different types of fruits and vegetables. And with their farm all complete, where were we? Yeah, the little baby pretty much destroyed the entire farm. But then Jonathan and Martha came and they were like, "This is not weird at all, let's adopt him." Just totally ignored the giant spaceship in their front yard. But yes, John and Martha raised the super baby as their son and kept this whole thing a secret. And the name Kal-El simply became, Clark Kent. So little Clark had to keep his identity a secret no matter where he went, especially at school. Oh wait, we don't have a school. So let's put down the foundation here for what will be a massive school for Clark. Right here will be our entrance, so let's add some doors, some windows, and of course a little sidewalk outside. Looks good. Next, we're gonna build this hallway inside the school. Let's add this water fountain and these lockers for all our kids. Oh wait, we don't have any kids. So right here, I have Brenda, she's the class nerd. Next up, we have Trevor, he's the class clown. We also have another weirdo named Gloria. And the last two are these two kids named Tom and Joy. They both want to get married, but we all know that won't happen. And lastly, we have little baby Clark Kent. I mean Kal-El, Superman. He's a boy of many names. But on both sides of our hallways, we're gonna build up some rooms. The first two rooms here are bathrooms, so let's build up some toilets and put those in each of these rooms. Next, we'll need to add some sinks because public school bathrooms can be absolutely disgusting. And just like that, we knocked out our bathrooms. And now we can move over to this space, which will be a classroom. First things first, I'm gonna add a bunch of these chairs for our students. In front of those chairs here will be the teacher's desk. What's behind that, you ask? The teacher! Yeah, so welcome Miss Martin as your school teacher. But yeah, over in this other empty room, we're gonna start adding some more desks. Except this room is not for the kids. It's for the teenagers. Their names are Brent, Kyle, Megan, Jenna, Opie, and Brittany. They are one wicked bunch of teenagers, let me tell ya. But let's add another teacher's desk in this room, add a new teacher, and put a roof over this school so I can tell you why these teenagers are so evil. Well, it's mainly Brent, he keeps picking on Clark, but then one day Clark decided to punch him through the back of the school wall. Now this made the teachers think that something was up, maybe he wasn't a regular kid after all. Still nobody asked any questions, they just praised him for it. So anyway, let's fast forward like 10 years. Clark is now in his 20s, has his super suit, but tends to want to go everywhere undercover. But now that he's 20, he's leaving his house and he's moving to Metropolis. Clark is traveling all this way because he got a job at the Daily Planet. Oh wait, we still need to build that. So let's start off with building yet another base level for this building. Let's add some nice black flooring on top of that. Over here, I'm gonna add some desks for all our workers. Each one of these are gonna need a phone and a computer on top of them so that our employees employees can actually work. Looks good. So over here, I'm gonna add a kitchen area. First, we'll need to add a fridge here for all our employees' drinks. And now I'm just gonna add this oven and these countertops along with this sink on top. Kitchen complete. So now that that's done, let's build up some walls all the way around our building here. I'm gonna add these extra large windows and doors so that we can have that nice city feel. Now let's build us a nice roof to put on top of our Daily Planet building. And with all that, we're pretty much done, but let's add this Daily Planet sign right on the top of our building. But even with all this done, we're still kind of missing something. Maybe it's our employees. First, we have Clark Kent here, aka Superman. Next, we have Brad. He's great at drinking coffee. And lastly, we have a girl. Her name is Lois Lane. She's one of the reporters here at the Daily Planet. And as soon as Clark walked through that door for the first time, their eyes met like glue. Nothing really became of this relationship here in the office, but eventually Clark started doing random acts of hero work, and this kind of got Lois's attention. But she didn't know it was Clark. She thought it was this guy being advertised as Superman, despite the fact that they look exactly the same. He finally went up to Lois and told her that he was Superman disguised as a New York reporter, and she was like, what? And then he asked her to go on a date with him to a burger shop. Oh, that's right, we haven't built a burger shop. So I took a trip to Walmart to see if I could find a Lego burger shop in their Lego section, and after a really long while of looking, I finally found the perfect set. So I brought that home with me, and now we're gonna build it. This set was $65, it has 546 pieces, and it's for ages 10 and up. It is a Fortnite set, and I don't know much about Fortnite, but this will do perfectly for our date. So Superman and Lois talked for a while, they got to know each other very well. This burger joint even made that more spectacular, so they became boyfriend and girlfriend. But forces would eventually stand in the way. Meet Lex Luthor. He will soon be Superman's greatest enemy of all time. But we still haven't built Lex's own building. So let's put down yet another foundation for this building. This time we're gonna go with some nice light tan flooring. Over here, I'm gonna add this desk. We'll also need a chair and an assistant. Yeah, I was confused by this too. It came in the Fortnite set, don't blame me. But now let's add this staircase to our second level. And now let's build walls all around our first level, and we'll need to add some windows and of course some doors. But on the top, let's add us yet another ceiling. I did leave this part open so that people can come up through the stairs. But now let's add a much darker tan flooring, and with that, let's add some chairs. I have this purplish couch to put on one side, and another purplish couch for the other side. I'm making it all dark and spooky in here because at the very end here, we're gonna have one big chair. Something like this. But now let's build us some walls to this building and add some windows, and we'll just need to add one more roof on top. This top room is Lex Luthor's office. It's a place where he can sit and think about all the bad things he's gonna do to the city of Metropolis. So one day, he created this monster called Doomsday. This is the closest Lego figure I could find to Doomsday. Pretend he's like 100 feet taller. So Doomsday started going around and punching buildings, and Superman knew he had to do something about it. But Lex had another trick up his sleeve. He gave Doomsday a kryptonite spear, and he stabbed Superman with that. Superman knew his time was short, so he took the spear and stabbed it into the monster who was made of kryptonite. Doomsday instantly exploded from this, leaving nothing but Clark sitting there in the middle of the street. Everyone thought he was dead, including Lois. Technically, he did die for a few minutes, but then the sun came out and regenerated him, and now he's all good. These are the Avengers. In Lego, of course. Not the real ones. And in this video, I will be building the Avengers headquarters, along with simulating the battle of Thanos in Endgame. So I started with adding some green and gray base plates, as well as some smaller plates to serve as some grass. And now that our foundation is done, I called in this truck full of white bricks. But yeah, my bro Tony definitely dropped off way too many. But anyway, let's use those bricks to build these three sides of our building. This space over here will be our garage. So in this garage, I'm gonna put down an unhealthy amount of this gray tile. And I'll add some parking spaces in here so that our Avengers can park their cars. Except for the Hulk, of course. He can't really fit in a car, so yeah. Next, I'm gonna add this workbench for Tony so he can work on his suit. We'll also need a couple of couches in here, along with a lamp, and of course a vending machine, because we cannot let these Avengers go hungry. So with everything done, let's finish this garage up with a wall. We will also need to add these spots outside for our garage doors, and luckily, Lego does make these little glass pieces that you can connect together and make your own garage door. So I made 2 of those and snapped them on just like that. And our garage is now complete, so with that, let's move on to this side of the room. This space right here will be our kitchen. So in here, I'm gonna start off with putting down this light tan flooring. Over in this area, I will need not 1, not 2, but 3 stoves to cook all the food that the Hulk is gonna eat. Next to that, we'll need this very large sink, and this refrigerator to keep all our cold items. I'll just add some chicken in here, some orange juice, and of course the best soda in the entire world, Pepsi. Go ahead and fight me in the comments, I don't care, come on! But lastly, right here, I'm gonna add a bunch of these drawers so that we can keep our silverware organized. And with our kitchen done, I thought it'd be appropriate to bring in Gordon Ramsay, well, the Lego one. He will be cooking all our food, so let's build a wall to separate him where he can take his orders. And out here in this wide open space, let's add some tables where the Avengers can eat their food. We'll also need some chairs around those tables. And now we can add our Avengers, except the Hulk, of course, because he can't really fit in here. And with our kitchen done, I'm going to build some more rooms in this last empty space of our first level. This first room here will be a place for all their weapons. First, we have Tony Stark, aka Iron Man. His suits basically are his weapons. So in the back here, I'm going to make a bunch of these stalls, and in those, I'm just going to add various different suits that Tony may need to use. Next, we have Captain America. He basically just needs a place for his shield. Thor also just needs a place for his hammer. I did build this little stand for Hawkeye's bow and arrow, but then I got to Black Widow and I realized she doesn't really have a weapon, so I just put a spider web in the corner of the room. And the last Avenger that needs a space is the Hulk, but he can't fit in here, so yeah. Next to that room here, we have this small little room that'll be our call center. So we'll need this desk. It does have a computer, a mouse, and a keyboard, but we'll also need this phone as well as Black Widow to receive our calls. I do want to add this coat rack in here, as well as some drawers so we can keep some pens and papers. She looks like she's getting pretty tired of standing, so let's add her a chair, and this room is now complete. But over here, we're going to have a business room. It's really not that scary. I don't know why I'm making a big deal out of it. So I'm going to start with adding this black flooring down here. Over here, I'm going to add another coat rack. Let's add some more filing cabinets and drawers here. And in the center here, we'll need a very long table. Around that, I'm going to add 6 chairs for our 6 Avengers. Wait, who's missing? Oh yeah, I forgot, the Hulk, he can't fit. Yeah. Anyways, we'll need this staircase that'll lead to our second level, and with that, all of our rooms are complete, so we need to add a wall out front. So I'm going to start by adding a bunch of these white bricks here. In this open space, I wanted to add a bunch of windows, and on top of those windows, a bunch of smaller windows. And over here, I'm going to add, yes, some more windows. But now we can just complete these walls, and I will add these posts out front, and with that, our first level is complete. So with that done, let's add this giant ceiling on our first level. But even with that, I couldn't help but notice that our landscaping doesn't look exactly, good. So on this left side, I'm adding a bunch of green bricks with some green flowers on top of those. We'll need to do pretty much the same thing in front of our pillars here. And on this right side, I'm going to add a layer of these black plates. I'll just surround that with these rocks. And lastly, we'll add some flowers. Landscaping, check. On this second level up here, we are going to build each one of these Avengers their own personal room. Starting with, of course, Iron Man. So for the floors in his room, I'm going with the colors black, red, and of course gold, as you can see on his suits. He will need his own bed in here, as well as a desk here with a computer on top of it. Tony is just a computer type guy. And over on this side of the room, I'm going to add a few more stalls, and in those stalls, I'm going to add some more suits for Tony. Next we have Captain America. For him, of course, we have to put down this red, white, and blue flooring. He will also be needing a bed. I also want to add him a nice sized desk in here with a lamp on top of it. I did leave him this journal in here in case he wants to write about his military girlfriend or think about her. Poor Steve. But anyway, I did want to add this small table in here. I'll add a TV on top of that. And now that Cap is all comfy, let's add a wall behind his bed to finish off the vibe. I did leave some space here so that I could add this brick-built version of Captain America's face, but as you can see, that didn't work out very well. It's in his room forever. Next up, we have Hawkeye. He seems to really like archery, so in his room, I'm going to start with building these floors that are kind of nature-ish colored. I had this brilliant idea to build him a bed in the shape of an arrowhead, and I think he appreciated it. He will also need a desk with a lamp on top of it. And lastly, I built him this stand that has many different hooks on it. And on each one of those hooks, I'm going to add him some more bow and arrows, even though we know Hawkeye only needs one bow and arrow. Oh yes, I forgot. Hawkeye will also need this little table, as well as his own TV on top of that, so that he doesn't feel less important than, you know, Captain America. But the next Avenger we have is Thor. He seems to be a big fan of his hammer, so I'm going to build this floor and make out the shape of a hammer in the middle here. He will also need his own bed. But then Loki came to visit his brother. He basically demanded a place to stay, so I'm going to add this green bed in here for him. And since they probably won't get along very well, let's add this little table in here, along with an 80-inch TV. And now they can watch the coolest Lego YouTuber, Brickflix. You've probably heard of him. Lastly, in this room, I'm gonna add this lamp, and I think we're done. Next up, we have Black Widow. In her room, I'm gonna put down this floor that looks like a spider web. I know it really doesn't look like a spider web, but let's just pretend. And yes, she will also need her own bed. I think she would appreciate a coat rack in here. And she looks like the hacker type, so let's to add her a computer on top of this desk, and I'll add this little lamp as well. And with that, we are finished. As you can see, we have a lot of space left on this side here, and that's because our last Avenger is the biggest of all, and because he's pretty much missed out on everything else in this video, so, you know, he needs a place where he can actually fit. So I'm going to start with adding this dark gray flooring that's mixed with light gray flooring, and of course, we got some green in there too. On the sides here, I'm adding these sticks with fire torches on top for a dramatic effect. Between these torches, I wanted to add him his own chair. The thing could seriously double as a throne. Oh, he feels the power. In the space over here, I'm going to add the largest bed yet, and that completes the Hulk's room. So let's build up the walls to our second level. I did try to add some nice detailed patterns on the walls, and I did leave this spot empty on purpose, because in that spot, I'm going to add this extra large Avengers sign. Up here, I'm gonna put down some bricks that will hold our roof in an angle, hopefully, and now we'll just need the enormous roof itself. And with that, our Avengers headquarters is complete. Not too long later, Captain America was standing outside of their brand new headquarters when he looked up in the sky and saw this thing just floating around. The thing decided to come down full force and destroy the Avengers headquarters, leaving nothing but the Avengers still alive with no home. And a big pile of bricks pretty much everywhere you look. But what's worse is that this guy was in control of the monstrous beast that demolished the building. His name is Thanos. He's really into this golden fist for whatever reason. But the Avengers knew they had to do something about this. So the Hulk went to punch him, but that did nothing. The Hulk actually really just got hurt. Captain America finally realized that he really is just human. Yeah, it didn't end up well for him. Or Hawkeye, or Thor. Black Widow tried killing him with her looks. Yeah, that went well. But then Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, came in and stole the fist from Thanos. He then said the magic words, "I am Iron Man," and snapped Thanos out of existence. All the Avengers are okay except Iron Man. So like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.